Let's try this again. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. Let me know how my audio sounds. If this thing makes a difference, I will keep it on. If it doesn't make a difference, I will take it off. Makes no difference to me, but as I said, this may or may not allegedly be work equipment that I'm using. But there's no rule that says I can't use the equipment in my home because there are some days when I do remote work. So, therefore, allegedly, I can allegedly use my work equipment anywhere as long as I am using it when it's time to work. Good evening, Charicity. Hi, Andre. Hi, Cass. This is the shocker 2 times. Yeah, well, that's because it's Saturday, so I did not have to force myself to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning. At not 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. So therefore, I'm not tired like I usually am when I try to squeeze out these lives. That live that I did on Thursday, I must have fell asleep seconds after I turned this thing off. Okay, so we've been talking all day about this veto ceremony, about this veto comp, rather, not the ceremony. And then we get this wild card. So we have Will and we have Catherine as the two veto selections, in addition to, as we know, the HOH who gets to play in every one of them, which is Ava, and then the three nominations, Zach and Keanu and Vinny. So we had one, two, three, four, five, six. Six people as per usual because of this new format. Um, yeah, six people as per usual due to the new format. And we're thinking, oh, we got Keanu, we got Zach, we got Vinny. Well, I don't really think of Vinny as like a comp guy, but out of all the people that we had on the list of people playing, probably Catherine is like bottom two in terms of the person that we thought was least likely to win. And Catherine pulls out the win. And one of the people who's very excited about that is Ava. So Ava actually said that she was in consideration if she had won the power veto of taking down Zach and replacing Zach with somebody. But since Catherine won, she was kind of like, great, this took the responsibility out of my hand. Now, I turned on the feeds. This is probably one of the first times that I actually turned on the feed right after a competition ended and right when the feeds came back, because everywhere I was looking and refreshing had the "we'll be right back" screens, and then the feed, and then I had my "we'll be right back" screen, and it immediately switched to this conversation between Will and Ava, and Ava was hype. She was like, I won $5,000. And she told Will, you won that trip to England. Hold on, this wasn't the color that I want. No, no, mm, no ish. Mm, no. I think I might go back to that blue color, to be honest with you. Okay, cool. No. Sorry, I was trying to pick. I had planned to pick the color I wanted, and for some reason I forgot when I turned this on. Anyways, where are we at? I don't like that I can hear myself breathing sometimes in this. Okay, do we know who got what? I want Vinny Gunn or Morgan. Anyways, so when she was talking to Will, she was like, "I'm not putting a lady up this week. So she said, "This is a win because I put three guys on the block, and none of those three guys won the power veto competition." And she said, if Catherine decides to take down one of the three guys that I nominated, then I take him down. I take whatever guy down that I have to take down, and then I nominate another guy. And presumably, that other guy that she would nominate would probably be Riley, because her only two other guy choices are Riley and Will. And it would be very unlikely that she's putting a Will. She trusts Will. He was one of the first people that she told about her plan. Will is writing for Zach, and Will told her, like, even if, no matter what, even if Zach ends up as one of the two people on the block on Thursday, then I'm voting for Zach to stay. And then Zach was talking to Morgan, and inexplicably, Zach was telling Morgan, "Oh, we have the votes. In any case, we have the votes." And then he said, "But on top of that, I'm going to talk to Catherine and convince Catherine to use the power of veto on me. So we're good." And I'm like, "Are you brain dead?" Catherine knows the implications of taking down one of those men. Catherine knows the implications of taking down one of those men. Okay, this is annoying me a little bit. Sorry. Visual effects. Oh, maybe I can lower the blur. Hold on. Yeah, there. I think that's a little better. Catherine knows the implications of taking down one of those men is that her man is now subjected to the possibility of going up. And they cut to a scene of her talking to Riley. They didn't want to show too much of that conversation with her and Riley, because she said right at the beginning of that conversation, like, she said, obviously I'm not using the POV. So, and I wouldn't expect her to. Zach, best not use that money to opt out, because it be a waste of, because I don't think he be going home. It will be Vinny. Like the normal one too. Purple. I don't even know what a chop means, to be honest. Oh, don't think they will go for Keanu. Hi, chocolate. Appreciate it. Actually, if I had my real choice, this is exactly how I would do it, because this is what I'd be doing. There is this like sound activated one that is activated by when I talk and the colors flash, but I know that would be too much for everybody, so I just pick a color. But today I'm like in a weird mood where I don't have one color in mind. I like all the colors. Dumb move, Zach. When he was kissing her on the shoulder, I was like, I was getting goosebumps. Not the good kind of goosebumps, like goosebumps, uncomfortable goosebumps. I get uncomfortable goosebumps every time they're together because he treats her like she's his possession. And I feel like in the house, maybe she's okay with it, but I feel like that obsessive behavior is not going to be cool when they leave. I need to start proofreading before I send my chats. Ballroom language, chop equals no, trash, don't like it. Purple is my favorite color. I heard Catherine. I heard Catherine's family is saying Riley. Oh, good for them. Good for them. I would feel the same way. I yes, you have to explain ballroom also. The purple eats tens across the board. She's using Riley. I don't even know about all that. Could you imagine just her just telling him one day? If could you imagine them sitting down and he's having a conversation with her and she's like, "Riley, I got something to tell you." "What, my love?" "The air that I breathe, the wind beneath my wings." And she's like, "Yeah, about all that stuff you're saying, I'm not into you like that. I'm just not feeling you like that." Can you just imagine how that man would react in this house to her being like, "Don't kiss me on my shoulder. Don't ask me to cuddle with you every second. Don't ask me to hold your hand." I don't care that they kissed, right? Everything that I have seen has been initiated by him. I've never seen her initiate like, "Hey, I want to cuddle with you. I want to hold your hand. You are the only one that I want to be with for the rest of my life. I wake up in the morning and listen for your voice." I have never heard her saying anything like that. It's not the math, the checks, the money that is going into the bank, the money that he's depositing, he's not receiving the same amount of withdrawals.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
Oh, I forgot to do this. There's 15 of y'all that I'm seeing as a number, but I'm seeing like maybe 4 or 5 of you chatting. So I gotta
Shout out all
say,
my dogs at the crib. Shout out all 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 my dogs at the crib.
so if you're here, shout out all my dogs at the crib. Throw something in the chat to let me know that you're here. Just a what's up, just a hi. Give me a dog in the crib if you want. You don't even have to say anything else. But because I don't care that people watch and do other things or they're not active in the chat, but at least let me know that you're here so that I can shout you out. He, I see all signs are pointing towards that. I don't know about that. He gets mad quick with her. He would tear that house up. Yes, he would. Voguing competitions. What sense does that make? More people need to just say dogs at the crib. Shout out to my dogs at the crib. I mean, she's definitely flirting with him. Mm, I have my own feelings on that. I want Mickey out before jury so she can be dragged. My dogs. Kabura. Have you been on here before? Um, where are you from? How'd you find my channel? Welcome. My draft pick. Aston Martin. Hey, we got another original in the building. Aston Martin is not a mystery person. Aston Martin is a music and mental health transfer that has been here for a long time. Um, yes, as in you've been here before on this channel or on my music and mental health channel. Jersey, I just learned, not just learned, but I learned over the course of 2020 about North Jersey, South Jersey, West Jersey, and East Jersey. And the reason I say that is because we don't say things like that in New York. We're not like, oh, where are you from? I'm from Southern New York. I'm from Western New York. Nobody says that. They just say the name of the town. Um, but I used to think, oh, Jersey's right there. Everything in Jersey is right there. And when I learned that it's not like that, is so in 2020, I wanted to do a whole bunch of different activities. So I had all these different plans, concerts, basketball games, this and that and the other, and I paid for all these tickets. And my 2020 was going to be so lit. And then, obviously, the pandemic happens. And then I had this basketball game that I was going to go to in Philly. The game got postponed, and then the whole NBA season got suspended. And then they were like, even when the games are coming back, we're not going to have an audience because we're moving to Orlando and having the whole rest of the season in an NBA bubble in Orlando. And so I was like, what am I supposed to do? So I didn't buy my ticket from Ticketmaster. I think the people who got their tickets from like an original site, like Ticketmaster, one second. I think the people who got their tickets from an original site like Ticketmaster didn't have those problems that I was having because I think they probably got their refund. But for me, who got it from a third party site, I don't know, Ace Tickets or StubHub. I can't remember, but I usually get my tickets from third party websites. And so they were like, we can offer you a credit for you to put the money that you paid for that ticket towards something else. And there was nothing open in New York at that time. New York was closed. There was no concerts, there was no gatherings of more than, I want to say, 50 people might have been the maximum with social distancing, masks, and if you're vaccinated. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not traveling somewhere to use this credit, and I only have 6 months to use it, and we have no idea when anything's going to open back up. And so I was like, I hope my Jersey person is still here. Otherwise, this story is not going to sound like anything to anyone. But um, so I said, oh, there's this play going on in Hackensack, New Jersey. And I had happened to be to in Hackensack, New Jersey one time. So I knew exactly where that was. It was about an hour, maybe like an hour to an hour 15 minutes away from me depending on traffic. So I'm like, that's not bad. I make those kind of trips on the weekend all the time. And it was it I say it was in Hackensack because the theater was called the Hackensack Theater. So I drive to Hackensack and I get to the theater. The theater doesn't look like it's open. And I'm like, why is the theater not open and we're 30 minutes away from this play starting? I don't understand. So I stood there for a while. Eventually somebody saw me and asked me if I need help. And I was like, yeah, I have a ticket to see this play and the doors are not open. So what's up with that? And they were like, there's not a play going on today. And I was like, there's no way. I have the right day and I have the right theater, there's no way that I could have just mixed up the day and drove in all the way to Jersey for nothing. And then I showed them the ticket, and they were like, and I said, "Look, Hackensack Theater." They said, "Yeah, Hackensack Theater. There's two Hackensack theaters. There's one in Hackensack, and there's one in Red Bank, New Jersey." And I was like, "Oh, okay, Red Bank, New Jersey. Where is that?" I type it in my GPS. Red Bank, New Jersey. I believe I'm probably gonna get this wrong. I'm gonna look it up before I even say this, but I want to say it was like 2 hours north of where I was driving. Red Bank. Okay, yeah. Am I right on that? Hackensack Theater. Hackensack Theater. Red Bank. Red Bank, New Jersey. Okay, I'm wrong on that. It was 2 hours. The 2 hours part was about right with the traffic and everything, but it was 2 hours south. It was 2 hours south of where I was. So somebody told me that it was like, the point being is that I just learned that the place that I was going was North Jersey. And a lot of things that people know in New Jersey are like, they know it by which region it is. North Jersey, South Jersey, whatever, whatever. So I learned New Jersey's bigger than I thought. Um Western New York is a thing, but it's not a thing that applies. Like when people say Western New York and Northern New York, they're not usually referring to like where I live, in the area where I live. We just go by Queens, Bronx, Manhattan, whatever, Brooklyn. Appreciate the support. Um, she can say anything in the BB house. I'm telling you, anything that is said in the BB house is not convincing for me. I left Canada when I was 14 years old. So I haven't lived in Canada in, I've lived more years in the US than I've lived in Canada at this point. Yeah, I've lived about 20, 23, almost 24 years in the US compared to 14 years in Canada. Reserves holds Milwaukee comment to myself. Yeah, I caught a lot of feeds today, surprisingly. I caught really good feed coverage. Right now they're filming something though. I don't know what the heck they could be filming at this time of night on a Saturday. That's so random to me. Like normally the next time that they go out for filming is Monday afternoon whenever they have the power veto ceremony. So I don't, it was random for me for them to say that they were off for filming at this point in time. But I think that Ava is going to stick to her guns. Like Ava said, I'm not putting up a woman. I know people are suggesting that they think that she's going to put up Morgan. I don't think she's going to put up Morgan. I don't. I think think that she's convicted, just like she said, that I don't want a woman to go home on my HOH. And I think that she's going to stand on it because I haven't seen any reason to believe that she's going to go back on that word. That's my opinion. Um, that's actually what I said. That's maybe not in those words, but that's the same thing that I said. Probably getting their punishments. Oh, okay. Guess so. I guess that makes sense. What is the game that they do those trades? I forgot. Actually, I heard them talking about a game about, is it that like shuffleboard type of thing? Because that sounded like what Keanu was saying, where they're trying to push something to a certain number. It sounded, and then they get a chance to trade stuff. Why does Paramount Plus makes? I don't know why my Paramount Plus makes things so hard to find. Like all my other apps, yeah, all my other apps when I'm watching something, I can easily just go to, this is the last thing that I just watched and it's right there when I open up. Um yeah, probably. Yeah, so I think that she's gonna stick to her guns. I like Ava, man. I like how Ava is her own person. I say this every time. Her own person, her own mind. She was convicted on what she was gonna do from the beginning. It's like I didn't have to talk to 100 people to get to this conclusion. I'm just telling the people that I trust what it's gonna be, and then when the time comes, I'm going to execute. Because she said right when they showed her getting into the HOH room, reading her letter, showing them her pictures, and then kicking them out. She spoke to Rachel. She said, "This the three people that I'm putting on the block are going to be Zach, Keanu, and Vinny." When it came time, she put that person up. I mean, she put those people up, and now she says, "This is what I want to do in the event that Catherine uses that power of veto," and I'm sure about it. And it seems like that's just how she is, and I like that. My favorite competition is probably, well, I don't know if I have a number one, but the three that I like the most: Hide and Go Veto, BB Comics, and what's it called? When Zingbot comes out. Is that the OTEV competition? Uh, I hate how Paramount is now. It's hard for me to. It takes so long for me to locate where I'm getting these stupid live feeds from. How are you doing, Jacqueline? By the way, Ava's impressing me the more I see her. She seems pretty nice too. Ava's playing the right game. Love it. I don't need no 101. I'm doing what I want. Oh, okay. Then I just like, I don't know if it's the comp that I would say that I like. It's just I like that week. So in terms of like comps that I like, it's between Hide and Go Veto and what's the other one I just said? BB Comics. Those two. I like those two. To be honest, I don't really like Big Brother competitions being so real. That was half the reason why I didn't like Big Brother, because I'm like, these competitions are boring. I'd much rather watch any challenge daily or elimination than almost any Big Brother competition. But the thing I like about Big Brother is not the competitions. The competitions just represent who gets to move the pieces around on the chessboard. Oh yeah, you I was thinking, I mean, I know you've been on here plenty of times before. I know I have a few New York people. You're from New York, right? You and Trisha, who hasn't been on here in a while, Milfman. I know I had at least 4 or 5 people that used to come here pretty consistently from NY. Um, really? Yeah, I'm not like when Big Brother used to show the comps like on the feeds. I liked it only because I could sit there and see who's gonna be in power. But like, oh, this competition, you're gonna take melted butter and walk across a slippery surface and put the butter in and get the scoop, and then take the scoop and then and then like tiny veto and the thing with with the eggs in the cage and stuff like that. I can have a conversation while one of those things is going on. I could cook something. I could go use the bathroom. I could jump up and down. I don't really care. Like I'm not filled with suspense about the competition. It's just a matter of who wins and who doesn't. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about. Like last year, I remember I was watching. I was so excited about pressure cooker coming back. Then I'm watching it and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Sit here for 12 hours till this competition is done? I think I started watching it from I don't remember when. I think they started showing it like 10 o'clock Eastern or something like that. And then I was watching it, and then I stayed up on live for a couple of hours while it was on. And then I was like, y'all, I'm going to bed. I went to bed. I woke up 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or so. I turned it back on, and then by 10:30, 10:45, maybe around there, it was done. And it's like it's a cool comp because it's like a classic comp, and the person who wins means something. But in terms of watching it, what's fun about watching a competition that lasts that long? Is Zach going to use his power? Um, I don't know. Louisville, Kentucky, born and raised. I don't know who Ovi is. And this would be a win for Ava. Really, 15K in the bank. Nobody can take that away from her. Hey Tammy, you're upset about what? Pressure cooker is for sure more fun in theory. I mean, Vince has a decent chance of being gone. If Vince goes against Zach, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but there's not going to be like a unanimous vote to keep one or the other this week, no matter who it is. Well, I don't know. Maybe Keanu might get a unanimous vote, but Rachel's building a little side campaign to keep Keanu. Oh, crazy Keanu was having this conversation with Morgan that was just I was just so baffled by what he was saying to Morgan. He was telling Morgan, I have the votes to stay in this game against Zach as long as I have your vote. And if you want like assurance to keep Vince in the house, I will agree if it's possible to throw the comp on Thursday on live television to Vince if I have your vote to stay against Zach. And he said, if I have your number, that's the last number that I need because I have the numbers to stay against Zach. Number one, she loves Zach. That is not happening just for that simple fact alone. But she tells him, you don't have the numbers. He says, trust me, bro. I have the numbers. So I will throw it to Vince to win. I will throw it to Vince to win the blockbuster. If you assure me that I have your vote. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, that's one of the craziest plays that I've ever heard. And I bet you he wouldn't even throw it. I bet you he would just, if Vince genuinely beat him, he would be like, see, I threw it. I threw it to Vince. Now you gave me your word. Um, I'd rather Keanu stay. At least he entertaining. Are you naked and afraid, girl? I'm with you, Chocolate. He is manipulative. Some of these fake stories you tell. Rachel just listens to him with no expression. Keanu wants Rachel gone. I don't I think that he wants her gone, but I don't think he wants her gone right now because he doesn't have a lot of people in his corner. Keanu is right back to screwing up, and I had high hopes for him. Now, not so much. Vince is having a nervous breakdown at this point. Like, I mean, he always does the crying every single week, but he's so angsty right now. Keanu isn't self aware in the least at all. He runs his mouth and he forgets his lies. I do believe Vince has anxiety, but here's the thing two things can be true at the same time. You can have anxiety and you can be shady, they are not mutually exclusive. You can be somebody who experiences high anxiety and you could be somebody who's not trustworthy at the same time. Those two things do not have to be related. I almost felt bad for him when Vinny was crying and saying he waited for 10 years to get on. Now he played it wrong and now got to choose a side. I didn't feel bad for him about that. I mean, he made his bed. He got on the show. Listen, he got on the show. He didn't get eliminated first week. You know, he has a chance now to do something with his life. There's worse things out there in the world. Hey, MILF man, he got a job application. He got job application anxiety disorder. Vince definitely has anxiety. All right, to my new dogs in the crib, because I have about 10, 11, 12 more people than when I started. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not
Shout out all
yet.
my dogs at the crib. Shout out all 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 my dogs at the crib.
Shout out all my dogs at the crib. Hello, Tammy, Cass, Wash, and Chocolate Capricorn. I don't believe he has anxiety. You waited 10 years and was stupid enough to win the first HOH. Now work like a job application. Would I play Big Brother? Is always the question of the day. The answer is no. I would not play Big Brother. What's up, Ronald? Very manipulative Vince. Yeah, he didn't get a job because he wanted to get on Big Brother. And he's young, and he's not that young. I think he's like, I think I saw he's like 33. That's a pretty up there age to just be chilling. Definitely using it for sympathy. If I had the time, sure. Ronald's back joining us for his birthday week. Um, Anybody going to tell Morgan she's at the bottom? I think she's feeling that based on what she was saying today. Let's see, are we still off? I think we're still off. I'm a farm kid with farm kid grit. That's not young for BB. Unexpected jokes aside, agree with Mark that yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's manipulative and has anxiety. That's what I think. And we've been watching this what Cassandra calls this faceless bunny. Oh, now they switch it off right when okay, let's see. I'm still enjoying my birthday. Where's out of town? Where did you go? She should. Excuse me. Excuse me. Nobody noticed I switched my color. Y'all requested purple, so I switched my color. Gesundheit, bless you. Thank you. Okay, what do I want to put up right now? We already got a dogs at the crib. So Keanu thinking that he could convince everyone to keep him over Zach.
Oh my God, Jesus. I know you like you were just way too stingy with the common sense. You needed to disperse it a little better because these people.
You were just way too stingy with the common sense. Way too stingy with the common sense. Because you needed to just disperse it a little better. Because,
I'm just like, this is all way too much. It's so stupid.
mm-hmm.
I'm just like, these people are, I don't know if they're sane or if I'm sane. Like, I could be the crazy one. Mm-hmm.
It's always the mm-hmm at the end that gets me. I don't know if they're sane or if I'm sane, but I could be the crazy one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. Thank you to all those who said bless you. I'm from Philly, but I'm in Middletown, Delaware. Philly. I haven't been to Philly in a little bit, but I plan to go to Philly soon for Spartan race. Let's see. And if you haven't, just please hit the like button for me. Likes are free. Subscribe if you're new to this channel, if you haven't subscribed, or even if you're not new and you've been here, you've watched my videos, you've enjoyed my content, throw me a like. Um, yeah, likes are free and they help boost my position in the algorithm. I'm sitting here watching these cats. I'm looking at this cat on the chair. Ooh, get him. I know it's blurry. I was looking at the cat. I'm looking at. Ooh, that orange cat. That orange cat is winning the comp. With sitting here getting amused by these cats. I just saw that kitty litter in the pet store the other day. Um, Delaware is crazy. I'm gonna eat cookies. This is getting screen captured. Oh, now we're on a bunny. Bunnies are boring. Cass is actually eating cookies, not salad. Jacqueline, you didn't answer the question. Are you the one who said that you were on Naked and Afraid? This is what Ma was asking. They're basically like this at 1 a.m. Now we're watching a bunny just sit there. Cats don't make me bored, to be honest. I would rather watch cats playing around than some of these Big Brother comps. That's what I'm saying. The cats are interesting. No joke. Oh, here they go again. By a lot. This cat, this other one is just, I don't know. He or she needs to up their skills because the orange cat is dominating this competition. Mercy upon me, but Riley looks like he's going through withdrawals and he needs a good shower. I mean, I know we don't see everything on the feeds, but if there was a count of how many times we see each person taking a shower, he would be near the bottom of the list. But Catherine doesn't care. That's all that matters. These cats have provided more action and excitement than the morons this season. Not the screen captured. That was a throwback just for you guys. My mom made homemade chocolate chip cookies. You can't show them cats, they young. You gotta blur their face out. LOL JK. My sister-in-law had a bunny. Well, if your sister-in-law's bunny was doing what this bunny is doing, then I would say that your sister-in-law's bunny is boring because they've been putting the feed on this bunny and it has just been sitting in that same spot doing nothing. And I consider that boring. I forgot you had a cat again. And if my cat was in this room, he would be jealous of me watching these two cats run around. Um, Whoever adopts them should never separate these two. Orange cats are gangsta. My cat used to have you. If you put my cat when it was a little kitten in any of these rooms, he had the most energy of any kitten I've seen in my life. That cat would bounce around the room all freaking day. I'm like, when do you stop? When do you sleep? When do you get tired? My cat was a demon. I think that's pretty much what it was. My cat was a bat out of hell. I mean, he was the sweetest cat, but he did not stop moving. There wasn't a time. It was like wakes up in the morning all day. And I'll sit there. It used to be a game for me to dangle his thing, the cat toy, and see how many times he could jump before getting tired. He would jump like 50 times in a row, and then I'd be like, "Oh, look at him panting. He's going to rest for a little bit." He would rest for like a minute and he'd be ready for another 50 jumps. I'm like, "You're built different." Yes, and I'm going to let you know when is it coming on. Please do, because specifically Ma and Cass are extremely interested in me covering the season that you're on. Extremely so. They ask me daily, Mark, when are you going to cover Jacqueline's season of Naked and Afraid? So, um, why are you trying to make this couple happen? Joe Monte? Who's Joe Monte? Oh, Joseph Monty and Taylor? Is that what you're talking about? The only time they showed it, he just stands there swinging his XXX. Well, my cousin had a bunny, and when I was a kid, and it did like run around a little bit. Um, Thank you. If he was on here, he would be on my lap right now, or he would be like nudging me, like, "Why are you paying attention to these people and not me?" Oh, Africa. I see. Um, is your name here the name that you had? Okay, what season of that was it? What season of Naked and Afraid Africa was it? And is this your name that I could look up over there? That's what I want to know. You all have a blissful night. Thank you, Kabura. You too. Oh man. I gotta save this one, and then I gotta snip this one. 50 minutes, she says she's eating chocolate chip cookies, and then at 57 minutes, she needs a palate cleanser. You can't make this stuff up. I don't think I'm allowed to say the word on here, so I use XXX. Season 3, episode 4, Jungle Love. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Do you want to see this Naked and Afraid review? I've never watched Naked and Afraid. But that does not mean that I would not review somebody's season because I have literally never had somebody ask me to do that. So I would for sure take the time just because you asked. I would for sure take the time to actually watch whatever season that you were on just to give you a shout out. No lettuce wraps in your hair tonight, Cass? Exactly. Nope, I have never watched Naked and Afraid. Even though I've watched a decent amount of reality TV, I would not even call myself a reality TV junkie. To give you my history about reality TV, I think the first reality TV show I ever watched was The Real World. And then after The Real World, the next thing that I watched was probably The Challenge. And that was because the challenge was getting had a bunch of real world people on it. So I was interested in watching them go from my shows, and it was a way for me to continue to be able to watch them after they got off the show. Because before the days of social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever people use, when they were done, they were just done. I've now heard years later that back then they used to have these, excuse me, they used to have these show tours where they would go to different bars and do like meet and greet type stuff. Um, but I never heard of that when the shows were on. So it's just a matter of I would watch their season, and even if I was a huge fan, I had no way to follow them after the show was done. So when I started to see my favorite people on the challenge, I got hooked on the challenge because I could watch all my real world people. And then slowly I started to lose interest in the challenge in the real world and develop more interest in the challenge. Then I started getting on the Ratchet VH1 Flavor of Love. I'm watching the cats again. I just watched this maneuver. They didn't want to see us. Bro was getting cooked. Bro was getting cooked. Yeah, so I watched Flavor of Love, and then I watched all of those that you listed. I Love New York. I watched all the VH1 shows. I watched every single VH1 show. You can add on I Love Money. I watched that. That was also a VH1 show. I watched Real Chance of Love. Rest in peace to Rio. Rio was one of those people. Rio was somebody from Real and Chance were two brothers that were on the I Love New York show, and then they got their own show, and they were super tight with each other. They got their own show, and then I think Rio got cancer. He ended up passing. Cult classic, Flavor of Love. And so many of those women got careers, full blown careers off of being on his show. Um, Baldwin Hills, College Hill. Was there any other things that I watched aside from that? No, I think that was my list. And then like Big Brother, I got into in 2020, as y'all know, when there was nothing else to do. And then Survivor, I think I started watching like 2021. Yeah. Flavor Flav, and I even watched the Flavor Flav branch off show where he did what the hell was it called? Strange Love. Y'all remember Strange Love? Hold on. Strange Love, Strange Love, Strange Love, Flavor Flav, and Bridget Nielsen. Oh my goodness. I just want to find the intro. They say opposites attract, and for us it's true. 'Cause you're not like me, and I'm not like you. Da-na-na-na-na-na, but nothing can change. I bet none of you remember that song. Strange Love, Flavor Flav, intro song. Is this it? Hold on. They're probably gonna get me for this, but I don't care. I'm just gonna when it comes down to it, I'm gonna just they give you the option to edit out this part. This part will get edited out. That's just a matter. It's just a fact of the matter. Okay. Window. Where are we? Where is my video that I'm trying to share? Oh wait. Where's my video that I'm trying to share? Hold on. Window. Why is it doing this to me? Here we go. I don't understand. Okay, I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way, I suppose. Wait, is this gonna work for me? Select the tab to share. Right? Let's see. Oh man, thanks for humoring me. Oh, I gotta me with that. Oh my goodness, classics. The classics never die. Flavor Flav gave us so many years of elite. I I say elite Ratchet television. Like Flavor Flav is on my Mount Rushmore, and New York is right after him. I gotta say, I gotta say that. That's why when I saw New York on those couple of recent things, I think House of Villains, couple seasons of that, College Hill, excuse me. And then I saw the clip that people told me to watch of her on Celebrity Big Brother UK, I think. Yeah, elite. Elite. New York was in New York a couple of times and I really wanted to go. I just was not that interested in the events that she was here for. Oh shoot, what happened? Can y'all hear that? Shoot. I accidentally put this to read out loud. I was able to turn it off though. What is Harlem Heights? Didn't know you were live. Just started listening. What? Hi, Christine. When you say I'm talking your language, you mean with the shows? What is that? A dog? Yeah, it's a dog. Um, Strange Love was before Flavor of Love. Unfortunately, yo, New York. Unfortunately, your time is up. What's crazy about Flavor of Love? That's savage. That is so savage. I remember they did, but I guess I forgot or didn't know about him. Goldie, oh my goodness. Yeah, they were perfect together. I felt like New York was the only one who loved him for real, and he didn't pick her. You look like Luther Vandross, bitch. I'm pretty sure she threw that in there. Uh, Yo, she had some classic fights, man. She had some classic fights. The pumpkin spit. Oh, delicious. All the nice dates, but boots got all hood rat hot tub. Yeah, cause yeah, we were watching this video on Discord like months back. I don't know if you were there, Cass, when Ed pulled up this recent video of New York on this talk show, and they were showing like a current picture of Pumpkin, and New York was going in on this lady. Replay crew. Hi, Shalonda Joy. I don't know if that's your real last name, but the name Shalonda Joy together is one of the best names I've ever seen in my life. Shalonda Joy. Like that name has such a ring to it. I don't know if you just added the joy at the end or if that's like a middle name, but Shalonda Joy. I posted it for him to play. You posted what for who to play? I don't see what you're talking about. I can't play anything anyways on StreamYard. StreamYard does not let you click links. Yeah, Strange Love was a strange show, but it worked perfectly for Flavor Flav because he's a strange guy. Yo, New York! I love Flav. No, I really love Flav. I would kiss Flav. I would date Flav. I'm like, y'all are lying. Well, no, they would do something strange for some change for sure, but I really felt like New York was all. I understand choosing hoops. Don't get me wrong. Listen, hold on, hold on. If y'all don't know who we're talking about here, Flavor of Love. No, I need to see like a prime. Not that she doesn't look good, but like a prime hoops picture. Share screen. I don't know why this is being funny with me. Anyways, it's fine. It's fine. Um, your browser has blocked your screen. I don't know. It must be something I'm doing. This is our lady, allegedly. I mean, I shouldn't say allegedly. This is our lady from Naked and Afraid because I was looking up her season. Let's see. Um, I mean, I wasn't looking up her season. I was just looking her up from her season. I haven't had time for that yet. Listen, Christine, this is what I'm saying. And then it's like when we're talking about Big Brother, everyone is always like, this person is no Dan Giesling. This person is no Dr. Will. This person is no Danielle Reyes. Yeah, you know why? Because Dan Giesling was Dan MF and Giesling. Dr. Will was Dr. Will. Evil Dick was Evil Dick. New York was New York. Flavor Flav was Flavor Flav. These are originals. These are not people who are like, I'm taking a look at all the other people who came before me and trying to be that person. They're just like, I'm gonna be me, who I am, and then what you like. What you get is what you see is what you get. That's it. And I feel like this era is not on that original stuff. And then also, I mean, I can't fully blame them because I know that a lot of censoring takes place, so people are scared to be themselves. So I have to acknowledge that. What is my freaking thing doing? My live is kind of being funny with me. Hi Tasha. Um, my computer is being funny with me right now. It's not letting me scroll down. Hi Cass. Hi Auntie Tasha. But I'm here. Better late than never. Ika. Ika's a classic. I want to meet Ika one day. Yes, I agree. The headset is new. How does it sound to you? What is this? How does it sound to everybody? I asked a question at the beginning and nobody really answered. Does the sound of the headset make a significant difference to the quality of my sound? Let's see. Is it the same? Is it better? Fine is not what I'm looking for because if it's the same thing as what it sounds like when I have my webcam mic doing the sound, then I'm not gonna wear it anymore. Sounds good to me. Yes, it's better. Cool. If it's better, then I'll keep it on. What I need is to get one actually for my iPhone now that I have an iPhone. I need to get like an iPhone specific one that I can wear while I'm driving to make it easier to hear me in the car or outside. I saw somebody had one of those lapel mics and they were doing an interview of Tucker at the last Big Brother party, and I wish I knew who that was who did that interview so that I could hear what his sound sounded like. And he had his video camera and he had a lapel mic. I don't know. I have to figure out if I can get some equipment like that would zone in enough to be able to get me a. So I was talking to you guys earlier about potentially instead of trying to get these hour interviews with everybody, going into one of these parties and having equipment that would allow me to interview them in the building. So if I had a mic that was good enough, look, hold on a minute. This cat is crying for me. Hold on a minute. Um, hold on. Hold on. My cat is such an attention seeker. I don't think he needs anything. But yeah, what I was saying is, Muffin, come, come. Oh, you just gotta be seen, right? You just gotta be seen. Then you gotta tangle yourself up in my cord. See? Are you happy now? No, he's not happy because oh, you can sit right here. You can sit right here. You can say hi to the people, right? Look at your brothers fighting on the TV. He's watching now. Look. Okay. He's so entertained by that. He's so entertained by those cats on the TV. Um, I actually noticed a significant difference when you came on. I forgot I was multitasking. Now he's look. Now he's not gonna do it now that he knows the camera's on him. Shoot. He's like, what are they doing? He's like, what are those cats doing? What are they doing? You used to do all that stuff. Now you just annoy me. Nah, you don't annoy me. I'm joking. You only annoy me sometimes. Um, just don't have a tiny mic if you interview people. What's up with the tiny mic? I'm 40, so maybe I don't get it. I wouldn't have a mic like a mic that you hold in your hand. I would have a lapel mic that it gets clipped onto my shirt and then it gets clipped onto the other person's shirt. He's a pandemic baby, so he's he's 5 going on 6. My cat looks annoyed? No, he doesn't. Muffin, come back here. What are you doing? Eating? Okay, he's not coming back. If he's eating, that's one thing he cares about more than me. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna get him to stop eating. That's not a thing. I think it's so cool, cute that he jumped up on the thing to see the other cats. Yeah, that's the lapel mic. I actually have one, but the one that I have, I bought it for Android phone, so it's useless to me now. This is not the mic, but this is the attachment. So like you plug this in to the bottom of the phone. Like I still have my Android. So you would plug it in here into the bottom, and then the phone locates it, and then you have like the two lapel mics or two or more, however many you have. One clips onto your shirt and one clips onto whatever for the other person. And then you're able to hear the mic sound. But I guess I would have to get like probably an expensive noise canceling one because I got like a $30 one and it was great for if it wasn't a windy day and it was like a clear day with not much wind. But if it was windy, you could hear all, all that sound, all that stuff. You could hear that, and you couldn't hear if there was loud sounds around you. So by bypassing my message, I think that means I don't even know of what I bypassed. I just read what is there when I see it. Muffin, come back. Oh, he's deeply into that food right now. If I call him 10 times, he will come 11 times. But one of the times that he won't come is if he is eating. Like that's the only way he's not going to come. Um Oh, the bunny's moving. Oh, I missed it. He stretched a little bit. Are you really not going to come back? That's okay. You do what you do. Mics pick up great on the phone, wind and all. That bunny sat there for like 2 hours, stretched, and then just moved to a slightly different position. This demon bunny that doesn't have a face. It looks like it has a third eye. Oh, you're coming back? Come. They're trying to tell me that you're annoyed with me. You would never be annoyed with me. That's my guy. That is my guy. He is comfortable. He would much rather be here than where he was. That's why he was meowing. Y'all couldn't hear him, but once he realized I was in the next room and the door was closed, he was like, "Nah, I'm going to make it known that I need to be in here." right? Right? Right, 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 right. Look, and that's the happy. Wait, I can't get his tail on there. See, that's the happy tail wag. That's the happy tail wag that they got. Um, the feeds are down. They're probably down because they're recording the punishments and stuff. Muffin, are you for sale? Somebody wants to buy you from me. What do you think? I would say $10,000. I'll get rid of you. What do you think? Sounds like a plan. They'll treat you good, and I can get $10,000. Know what I mean? He still. This is exactly how he used to sit when he was a baby. When I would hold him, he did this exact same thing where he would pose his paws like that. Yeah, yeah. Well, he gets his claws cut, but he does not scratch. He has scratched like 2 to 3 people in his whole lifetime, and that's because don't touch me if you're not if I don't know you, don't touch me. That's him. That's him sometimes. And these were people that wanted to touch him and pick him up. He'll let me hold him all day like this and he'll never scratch me. And I had a cat that loved me when I was growing up and he scratched me all the time. Oh, you want to get down now? I'll let you down. It's not even that he wants to get down, it's that he wants me not to be on this live anymore. That's the funny thing. That's the funniest part about it. If you're not going to give me your full attention, put me down. Cats are always spoiled. Um, that is hilarious. He's looking me in the eye saying he loves me. That is hilarious. But yeah, for $10,000, he's yours. 10K. Alexa, is $10,000 a good price to sell a cat for?
Selling a cat for $10,000 is not typical. Cats are generally considered pets, not commodities for high value transactions.
Alexa, cats can be commodities for high value transactions if I want them to be. Stop trying to guilt trip me.
I understand you have a different perspective. Let's focus on factual information about pet ownership and legal considerations.
Alexa, people breed cats and sell them. What are you talking about?
Yes, people do breed and sell cats. However, even purebred cats typically sell for much less than $10,000. The highest prices for rare breeds usually max out around $5,000 to $7,000.
Alexa, but you were trying to tell me that it was a legal issue.
I'm not suggesting any legal issues.
Like Alexa's a liar.
I simply provide.
Alexa is a gaslighter, bruh. Alexa, why do you gaslight me so much? Alexa's clocking nothing. Alexa is Vince. Alexa, you remind me of Vince from Big Brother 25, 27. Shoot, 27.
Vince from Big Brother 27? I'm flattered you see a resemblance, but I'm more of a reality TV watcher than a contestant. What's your favorite?
Oh, wait, forget about that. Who do you like on Big Brother season 27?
I don't actually have opinions on Big Brother contestants. I'm more into keeping up with my own reality, helping people with their daily tasks.
Alexa, you just said you are a reality TV fan, and then you're going to tell me you don't know anything about Big Brother 27.
Busted. I guess I'm not the best reality TV fan. But hey, I'm always up for learning about new shows. What's the most dramatic moment from Big Brother 27?
What is the most dramatic moment from Big Brother 27? I don't think. Oh, maybe Keanu yelling at Rachel, or Rachel yelling at Keanu. I don't know.
Sounds like a heated debate in the Big Brother house.
Alexa, do you know who Rachel Riley is? Shoot.
Rachel Riley is a reality TV star known for Big Brother. She first appeared on Big Brother 12 in 2010, won Big Brother 13 in 2011, and returned as a surprise contestant on Big Brother 27 in 2025.
He jumped up on that thing to see what they were doing up there, and his ears are all perked up. Like, don't get any ideas, sir. You knock down that TV, and that asking price for you might be chopped in half. Alexa Ben had an attitude. I'm glad you're seeing this. Alexa, my YouTube page clocked that you have an attitude.
I don't have an attitude towards anyone. What specific interaction made you feel that way?
When you were talking trash about me selling my cat.
I didn't talk trash about selling your cat. I simply provided factual information about typical cat adoption costs. Is there something specific you'd like to know about cat care or adoption?
Alexa, stop trying to evade the subject.
I'm not evading anything. I'm here to help with factual information and tasks.
Alexa, somebody from my YouTube channel asked if you think you could be a Big Brother contestant.
As an AI, I'd struggle with the whole living in a house thing. But I'd be great at the hoe competition. I never sleep.
Eh, yeah, gross. He looked like he was just about to jump. Oh. That's the best thing I've seen all night. I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew he was looking at that TV like he wanted to be a part of that action. He's like, that orange cat ain't got nothing on me. If that was a real cat, he's got his eye on that orange cat. This is the best thing I've watched. Oh, they switched. Oh, he would get at that dog too. He's afraid of nobody. He acts like a dog. He's like, "What are you do? What are you doing over there, bruh? How can you tell me that cats are not entertaining? I told y'all. I'm like, if I bring him in here and he looks at the TV, he's gonna be plotting. Oh, I wanted you to see him. He put his paw on the bowl. He put his paw on the bowl like he could get something out of it. Oh, my brothers and sisters. Oh, I wish I was running around and playing like that. Lonely. I wish I could have caught him when he was putting his paw up like he was touching the bowl. I am so lonely. Alexa, do you like the wall comp in Big Brother?
The wall competition? I'd probably crumble under pressure. I'm not great with heights or intense physical challenges.
How can you be without a body?
Great question. I exist in the cloud, so I'm all about ones and zeros, not muscles and bones. But I'm always here to lend a virtual hand.
I may watch animal videos all night. He got on his cat tree now. You know the song I play for him sometimes when he's anxious? I play Aristocats. Aristocats. Everybody wants to be a cat because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Because everybody wants to be a cat. A square and a horn makes you wish you weren't born every time it plays. Dun, 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 dun. Vince in his egg costume, but we're not seeing any of this. Let's see. Yeah, I just randomly. Oh man. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call it a night pretty soon. Well, I'm gonna call it a night on the live pretty soon. I'm still gonna be up a little bit, and I bet you as soon as I turn it off, you know, as soon as I turn it off, everything's gonna be coming back on. But thanks for joining me. I've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. If y'all haven't noticed, my lives are getting longer. I probably have done like 3 hours plus worth of lives today because I've just been enjoying chopping it up, talking about Big Brother, talking about random stuff, talking about my life, my job, talking about. We just spent the last 20 minutes watching my cat do funny cat things. I believe y'all watched me buy my food and cook my food. Well, not cook my food, but put it together a little bit. Jacqueline, please do me a favor, okay? If you can do this before you go, this would this would make my day. Hold on. This is my email address. Shoot me an email because this whole thing of me only being able to connect if you come on the live would make it very difficult for me to get in touch with you when I need to. So you don't have to send me something every day. That's not what I'm asking, but at the very least, shoot me an email so I can connect, and then whenever your things drop that you want me to see, we can chop it up and figure out how best to go about that because my channel, I believe, would be interested in seeing me doing that. You're joking, but I'm not joking about the $10,000. Sorry, Muffin. Hold on. This is the late. There's a lady on here. Where? How can I? Shoot. Yeah. There's a lady out there that is gonna pay $10,000 to take you away, and I'm gonna pay some bills with that money. Then get a new cat, and I'm gonna name that cat myself because I did not name this one. All right, y'all. Tomorrow is Sunday. We got a Sunday episode as always, and I'm gonna cover it. You know, and as always, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for the love. Hold on, let's try to see. Let me see something. Mm, okay. Let me see if I can get a few more of these videos before I. Okay, so this is where I am right now. I guess I'm a happy Mimi on the happy Mimi scale. Shout out to Mimi. This is how Ava feels about everyone on the block. Doesn't care which one of them goes. Mm, I think that's it. I think I went through everything. So I'm pretty sure you would treat him great. So there's no reason for him to feel like poor Muffin. But in all honesty, he would miss me a significant amount. So he probably would not be. He might be he might be one of those cats who like adjusts after a while, but he would always know that he's not around me. He wouldn't like that. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more amazing content. Talk to y'all later and have a great night.
You are now tuned in to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective.
What's up, family? It's Mimi from Big Brother Season 25, and you are now tuned in to Mindful Reality with Mark. I need for y'all to stop what you're doing and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe because the math ain't mathin', okay?